Thank you, USec, Carl. Good afternoon, everybody. Magandang hapon. Welcome to your Department of Tourism. By the way, Doc and USec, just like to inform you that our audience this afternoon is really our partners in the tourism industry. And we're very fortunate that the committee agreed to have the first part of our roadshow exclusively for the tourism industry. So let's give Dr. Escalante this warm thank you. Of course, Dr. Escalante has given us Quincentennial 101, the institutional framework by which we are preparing for the big celebrations in 2021. And USec Carl just talked about the parameters of messaging, which is very important. Our tourism partners are the main communicators of our celebration. So that was a very important lead. Now my role this afternoon is to talk about some details. The committee has been meeting for over a year. And during that year of meetings, we've really identified specific activities that will prepare the whole country in celebrating 2021. And I would just like to begin with the preparatory activities leading to 2021, and I will talk about the major events that the committee has lined up in the major celebration. The first activity is actually, if you can guess it, I can give you a prize. It's a nationwide songwriting project. You know, the committee was really focused on how to engage the millennials, the Generation Zs, and even baby boomers perhaps, to be part of this celebration. And what better way to spread that communication is through singing and through song. So the committee has engaged all of the budding songwriters around the country to be part of some sort of a training session, or which we call boot camps, no? And this is in cooperation with PhilPop, the NCCA, of course NHCP with Dr. Escalante as chair, and the committee itself. So we decided to have some sort of preparing our budding songwriters to compete among themselves. We will select the best 8 songs to be the 8 official songs for the celebration that will start playing end of this year all the way to 2021. And this is not the song, but this is our 3 o'clock prayer. Maybe just continue, maybe just pause for a while. But the OPM community will be the one tasked to produce and to compose the official theme song of 2021. And on top of this, of course, the whole, as I mentioned earlier, the objective really is to enjoin everybody, young and old, to have that level of celebration. Looking forward to 2021 as a very important milestone in our history. For us to be proud of our history, and for us to be proud of original Filipino music. So there's 2 very important objectives. And on top of this program is our national artist, Ryan Keabiak, and he is joined by 2 really known composers, Junji Marcelo and Trina Belavide. So this trio, or this triumvirate, is making sure that we are able to put together music that's going to be beautiful to our ears 2021. So we've already finished the boot camps here in Luzon and Manila, and already finished the one in Mindanao. We are going to have a boot camp for Northern Luzon end of the month, and in November will be in the Visayas. And from that series, we'll be able to put together the song suspension, and eventually the official theme song will be played. Now, the second major activity that we are preparing for is the refresh or a redesign of the Liberty Shrine, which is located in Mactan in Cebu. It's going to be an open competition. Anybody in the room can be part of that to have the concept and design. Of course, the committee will issue the details, especially as to the size of the area this October. And we hope to have a shrine worthy of visiting by April 27 of 2021. It's going to be a national competition, and Dr. Escalante will make sure the prize is worth all the effort. Now, we have 3 important countdowns. But December 14 of this year is the first one, a 500-day countdown. It's going to be a nationwide countdown, and the focus is really on the world of our ancestors. And then just 12 months before April 27, we will have another countdown, and it's really launching of a National Day of Volunteerism. This is where all those values presented earlier will be played up: unity, magnanimity, and sovereignty. I forgot, Dr. Escalante, we are in the room of the most hospitable people, and therefore the most magnanimous in the country. So let's take note of that as part of our minutes. Then 100 days before April 27, January 27, is the opening of the museum that Dr. Escalante mentioned, that is also proposition to open and to be constructed or developed in Butuan City in Mindanao. So here are some details on the 500-day countdown. There will be 3 major areas. Of course, the main activity will be in Lapu-Lapu City in the Liberty Shrine. But there will be simultaneous programs to be held here in Manila. The one in Manila will be in the Museum of Natural History. And the one in Davao, or representing Mindanao, will be in front of the Sangguniang Panlungsod of Davao City, at the Monument of Peace and Unity in Davao. The program will be as follows. Just for everybody's information, the whole program will start at close to 6 p.m. Of course, we're singing the national anthem, and the singing will be done in Davao and shown nationwide, especially in other areas we're having the program. And we will have welcome messages first from the Mayor of Lapu-Lapu City, Mayor Chan, and then Mayor Duterte and Mayor Moreno will also have their messages that will be also shown via live streaming, and everybody can also see that. Then we will have a countdown VTR. The committee has identified 21 other landmarks, and there's going to be some sort of a pre-production or pre-taping of all of these lighting activities, so that by the time we have the 3 major events on December 14, we will be able to show clips of how we have lighted all of these landmarks. So very quickly, I don't know if you can see there, their listing of 21 landmarks, and with their significance in terms of history and celebration of primarily martyrdom of these monuments. So starting with the Golden Tara Monument in Butuan City. And we have several structures, including the one in Tawi-Tawi, the Sultan Kudarat Monument in Cotabato, and so on and so forth. In Bohol, and we'll have landmarks in Naga, Caloocan, Kawit. We will provide you with the list of the 21 sites that we will be lighting and sprucing up in time for this 500-day countdown on December 14. In Manila, we have Ayuntamiento de Manila for Intramuros, for instance. And so all sites nationwide will be shown in that clip while celebrating the 3 major lighting sessions. Now, of course, the program will be led by our president, to be assisted by our executive secretary, our NHCP chairperson, and since the major event will be in Lapu-Lapu, we expect Mayor Chan to be part of that celebration. Very quickly, this is where, as mentioned earlier, this is where we are going to launch the official theme song of 2021, first time to be aired during that day. And of course, our vision is that it will catch on and get the attention of everybody. And the president will have his speech that will be shown to everybody in live telecast and also live streaming. And then a cultural show focused on Lapu-Lapu City will ensue, and all of this will be shared to other programs in the two destinations, Manila, Davao, will also be aired but through delayed telecast. And that would end the program for December 14. This is one exciting museum that Dr. Escalante shared, the Museum of Philippine Early History. Everything we can be proud of even before the arrival of Magellan and other expeditions before Spain came to the Philippines. And Butuan is expected to host this museum, and some funding is being put together. And it is really to highlight the world of our ancestors based on existing historical writings before the Magellan and Elcano expedition in 1521. And this is also clearly in response to the President's pronouncement, as mentioned by the two gentlemen before me, that we were already a civilization even before they landed in our islands. And Butuan, in documents that we've read and the Commission has read, has played a major role. And it's a very good example of where civilization was shown. That is why Butuan plays a very important role there. And it's made mention here. Also, the role of Enrique and the role of the Raha running Butuan that time was able to bridge the communication gap between Spain and the Malay language. So was able to unite them and made some agreements there. So Butuan will be the host, and the proposed site or venue or site location of the museum is the old Abusan capital. So we're putting together some funds to make that happen, restored and converted into a museum. The next important activity that we are participating in is the Philippine Pavilion in the 2020 Dubai World Expo. And this is it's primarily more of messaging and the kind of information that we like to share there, because we would like to now use the available information and data that we have through research and appreciation of documents that we currently have to share it to the rest of the world, not merely portraying the Philippines as a beautiful island to visit, and not only as a country that produces beautiful products, but a country with great history. And we would like to have that robust sharing of information about the Philippines in the Dubai 2020. And for 2021, Cebu will host the 7th International Conference on the International Council on Historical and Cultural Cooperation. Quite an activity for the academe, but open for everybody to participate in. One major activity in 2021 in Cebu. Another convention is expected to be hosted by Manila this time. And this is really focused on the Philippines' part in the first circumnavigation of the world. So this is Philippine focused, and we will talk, and it's going to be a gathering of intellectuals and historians and even learners like us to learn about the Philippines' contribution to the first circumnavigation of the world, and that's also happening in 2021. But the biggest celebration, D-Day, is April 27. That's going to be divided into 3 major parts. Of course, one is the commemoration at the Liberty Shrine. The new Liberty Shrine. We will unveil the new shrine at that time using the winning design. And the second part will be, it is also going to be declared, proposed to be declared as a National Day of Volunteerism, and a civic military parade is also going to be organized. And I believe it's going to be one of the biggest civic military parades. As I understand, Mr. Chairman, we also do this in many parts of the country. It's like a simultaneous activity. Any destination would like to have their own parade, or the most welcome. Now, I think before I end, I think the question is also how we in the tourism industry can take part in this. We already have basic information and direction on how we are celebrating it. The Department of Tourism will communicate with you after this session and also provide suggestions on how we can increase visitors to celebrate 2021 with us. It's not necessarily doing everything online and live streaming. Of course, we can do that, but there's nothing like bringing groups to celebrate this major milestone in Philippine history. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen, the major events that we're preparing for this wonderful celebration in 2021. Maraming salamat. Magandang hapon.